Twisters is directed by Lee Isaac Chung, and it's not really a sequel, sort of a reboot-quel kind of thing. They're making another movie, and it's got the same font as Twister. That's really all you need to know. And here, a retired tornado chaser and meteorologist is persuaded to return to Oklahoma to work with a new team and new technologies. Look, I'll be the first to admit that I am an irrational fan of Twister. I love that movie. I've watched it so many times. It was on loop constantly as a kid. I've been to the ride, with the Bill Paxton intro when he talks about what tornadoes are. And there was a period in the mid 90s to the early 2000s where it seemed like twisters and tornadoes were everywhere in every form of media. Weather related disaster movies were huge too, but my family had at least 75 VHS box sets of tornado disaster footage. My dad was obsessed with the Weather Channel. That kind of stuff was on repeat in my house. And that movie was of an era that felt very innocent to me, in that you could have movies that were about large-scale disasters, but they were treated as entertainment. You had your Dante's Peaks, Volcanoes, The Day After Tomorrow, of course, Twister. There's a lot of them, and those are some of the highlights. But I honestly thought that era was long gone, and I didn't expect Hollywood to ever get back to it, but I am very excited about the fact that Twisters is a much better movie than I thought it was going to be, because it did something for me that I was hoping it would do, but honestly thought it wouldn't, and that is, don't fuck with it. It's fine. Twister's a good movie. You got Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton bickering while chasing tornadoes, the director of Speed, Jean de Bont, and the genius that was the great Philip Seymour Hoffman. I'm actually rather shocked at just how much they didn't try to fix something that wasn't broken. It's not that Twisters is like a shot-for-shot remake of Twister. It certainly has all the things that 1996's Twister had, which is a bickering couple that are kind of mismatched, but eventually they get along better. A lot of storm chasing, different crews of people, all with different goals, and some of them are very rowdy and some are more quiet. A movie theater this time. In Twister, it was a drive-in. You can see where, they're taking the blueprint, and I can absolutely also see why that would really annoy some people and put people off, because they're like, well, this is more of the same. You're making Twister all over again. But honestly, I have to say, they got it right the first time in my mind. And they have taken very much so an if it ain't broke, don't fix it approach here. And I'm fine with that. This isn't like some massive reworking of the Twister franchise. It's not even supposed to be. It's just another movie with very likable stars chasing tornadoes, and that's enough for me. That's all I need in this case. I am overjoyed that they didn't even try to modernize it. Except for the appearance of smartphones and obviously newer model cars, you could probably convince someone who didn't know that much about movies that this was a sequel that came much sooner after the first Twister than it actually did. Because the core values of what made that first movie so entertaining for me were just likable characters put in intense situations of peril, or as the back of that VHS says, intense depiction of very bad weather. The single best movie rating reason of all time. I mean, it's that and The Skateboard Kid 2, an adolescent punch in the nose. For some reason, I'll always remember that. And then the fucking smoking caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland. Remember that shit? I don't know why these things are in my head. It's useless facts. But someday they'll prove their worth. I know they will. Glen Powell is continuing his streak of extreme likability in roles like Top Gun Maverick, Hitman, Anything But You, and now this. He's clearly, and you know what I like about him a lot is that he has really built himself up. I mean, there is no such thing as an overnight success. You can go back and watch a lot of movies and TV shows and be like, oh, there he is. He's popping up everywhere. You recognize him now. We see him now, but he's really been hustling for a long time, and you got to respect that. Daisy Edgar-Jones is also really good here as a storm chaser that's dealing with a tragedy that sort of reworks her approach to how passionate she might actually be about chasing tornadoes and having to deal with the fear of those memories coming back to haunt her when she's faced with chasing tornadoes once again. I saw this movie with a very packed audience tonight at the screening. I mean, almost every seat was filled, and they clearly enjoyed it. There was a lot of applause and a lot of hollering throughout the movie, and what people want, and of course, when I say people, I mean me, is to see really fun tornado sequences and feel excited about these characters maybe getting, blown away into the sky and not want them to. This is the closest I've seen Hollywood get in a long time to making a movie like this with complete sincerity and earnestness. It's not saying, yeah, we're a movie about giant tornadoes. Isn't that kind of funny? Wink, wink. It's like very serious, and funny at the same time. But like lives are lost and lives are at stake, and the movie is like approaching the big summer blockbuster with a weather-related disaster completely with sincerity, and I love that. I have been dying for that. It's not as good as Top Gun Maverick, but that is also one of the last times, also with Glen Powell, where I can see like a big Hollywood movie about men and sweat and jets and football being completely sincere. And we don't get that a lot anymore at this budget level. You have to usually go into the indie world to be like, yeah, our movie is about what it's about and just trust us. But Twisters is exactly what you think it is. It's Glen Powell, Daisy Edgar-Jones, amongst others, chasing and being chased by tornadoes, and that is it, and I am here for it. Now, Glen Powell's character is a YouTuber. He's got a YouTube channel where he films himself and has all of his crew film him, and he's chasing tornadoes and everything. And I have to say, there were many moments where I thought to myself, okay, like, I just wish that they had let a YouTuber do like a quick read of the script, because he is constantly turning on his radio and playing songs. And I'm like, bro, your channel is about to get like 15 copyright claims right now because you've got like this song playing and this song playing. And good luck cutting that out of your video, because you're just gonna have to mute the whole thing, which then kind of takes away the power of the tornado. That's just the nitpicky YouTube side of me. Guys, if you love Twister, I think you'll probably find some enjoyment in this, but you could also think, well, it's too much like Twister, and for that reason, I don't like it. They should have tried something completely different, but honestly, I don't know what that is that's more entertaining than this. Guys, thank you so much, as always, for watching. Look forward to more videos very soon, and if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.